Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by new Patreon supporter Pedro. Huge thanks to Pedro and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Pedro reached out asking for a deck built around Radagast the Brown, and I was more than happy to help him. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Radagast the Brown is a 4-mana, 2/5 legendary avatar wizard. Whenever he or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under our control, we look at the top X cards of our library, where X is that creature's mana value. We may reveal a creature card that doesn't share a type with a creature we control from among those cards, and put it into our hand. We then put the rest on the bottom of our library in a random order. So we want to try to run a wide variety of creatures. Now, Pedro asked that I try to include as many cards from Lord of the Rings as possible, but in green you basically have 3 kinds of creatures from that set: elves, halflings, and trents. Trents and elves both care about running more trents and elves, and halflings care about food. Well, pipeweed as well, but this is a family-friendly game, so we won't be bringing that up. Additionally, Pedro didn't want the traditional sudden green win con, so I left out Craterhoof Behemoth, Pathbreaker Ibex, and even Endray's Forerunners. But don't worry, this deck still smashes face. But in addition to smashing face, we want to make sure our deck still functions, and for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. One of my favorite products Ultimate Guard has is their Xenoskin Sidewinder. The Sidewinder has a soft microfiber lining as well as the rugged Xenoskin shell we've all come to love. While the Sidewinder isn't a new product, they are now available in the beautiful two-tone Synergy series, like this blue-red one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Musings by Danon. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. For right now, the schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the evening. Castle Garenbrig and 36 forests make up our land base, keeping it simple this time. Eleanor Gardner, Virtue of Strength, Elysian Caryatid, Goreclaw, Terror of Kalsisma, Sakura Tribe Elder, Nature's Lore, Old Gnawbone, Azusa Lost But Seeking, Birds of Paradise, Ornithopter of Paradise, Solemn Simulacrum, Burnished Heart, and Skyshroud Claim make up our mana ramp package. Elven Chorus, Toski, Bearer of Secrets, Last March of the Ents, Beast Whisperer, Lurking Predators, Garruk's Uprising, Eternal Witness, The Great Henge, Soul of the Harvest, Vizier of the Menagerie, Keeper of Fables, Primordial Sage, and Growing Rites of Itlamok help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Stormkeld Vanguard, Kogla the Titan Ape, Terastodon, Beast Within, Acidic Slime, Scavenging Ooze, Bane of Progress, Tranquil Frillback, Cankerbloom, Heroic Intervention, Reclamation Sage, Cemetery Prowler, and Collector Oof help to keep our opponents in line. Izuri's Predation and Hurricane help to reset the board or at least clear the skies. Hornet Queen, Fangorn Tree Shepherd, Quick Beam Upstart Ent, Mirkwood Channeler, Galta Primal Hunger, Defiler of Vigor, Silverback Elder, Apex Devastator, Old One-Eye, Surrak and Goreclaw, Arasta of the Endless Web, Zapandrel Hungerdominus, Bramble Sovereign, Vorinclex, Dawnglade Regent, and God Eternal Ronus make up the core of our deck and serve as our primary strategy. But to help that strategy, we've got Crashing Drawbridge, Panharmonicon, Conjurer's Closet, Monster Manual, and Temur Sabertooth to help. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources, split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 14 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 13 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Cemetery Prowler and Scavenging Ooze. 2 Sudden Eye win cards in God Eternal Ronus and Zapandrel Hungerdominus. Both of these cards are capable of ending a game out of nowhere, assuming our board is big enough. But with cards like Temur Sabertooth and Panharmonicon, our board doesn't need to be that big. Now, I mentioned earlier how Conjurer's Closet helps to support our plan, but the fact that it can flicker any of our giant creatures, which will in turn trigger Radagast, allowing us to dig for more creatures every turn, is just huge. So maybe I should have counted it as card advantage? Or we can be mean and just flicker Reclamation Sage over and over. Do you have a Radagast the Brown deck? Or did you toss him into the 99 of your Volo Guide to Monsters deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exiled Rogue, Manassas, Nazwin, Oolong, and Pedro. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musics by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.